Welcome. Good evening to the new Friday night agenda. This is me, Mr. B. We're talking Weghorst for a couple of minutes. Is Casemiro the best CDM in the Prem? The North London derby, the Manchester United derby, Manchester United derby, the Manchester derby. Guys, let's get the show rolling. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the madness. Stoney, I see you're representing in your shirt, so there's no need to comment on what team you support. Deji, right next to him, representing the North London Gooners, the red half of North London. Just below him, Omondi Juma. You know how we do on the agenda. He's representing the Manchester boys. And we've got Deji representing the white side of North London. So guys,
the only side of North London. The only side.
I'm liking that chat already. I'm liking that vibe that you've been giving off. You know. Yeah. I'm gonna. Don't worry. You will have your conversation with Gumza, at some stage, I'm sure. Guys, before we go any further, on Monday, could you just have a word from the sponsors, please?
Most certainly. As you know, the Man United Agenda is sponsored by Global Mapping Surveys, that's GMS, and they assist architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning, and monitoring. Check out the link in the descriptions, guys. That's GMS, Global Mapping Surveys.
So, we've signed a striker. Probably not first choice, second choice, or even third choice, to be fair. But we've got a body through the door. I'm not gonna say I'm totally excited by the signing, but I do believe it's something that we need in a position that we need covering. On Monday, I'm gonna start with you, bruv. What you thinking of our signing?
Yeah, if the manager okays it, it's fine by me. And when we really look at it, our manager Ten Hag, the guy who's on a run right now, doing really well. He's the guy who's had big centre forwards in the past. I just want to say a big shout out to Haller as well. But I heard he scored a hat trick in 10 minutes today for Dortmund, and he's just coming back from fighting off the Big C. So well done, good man. That's a great comeback. And he's a top striker as well. So he banged in goals. He's a big 6'3" target man. We had the Brian Roby is as well, big strong target man. And who's the guy, the old Dutch striker who used to play for Ajax as well, scored enough goals, begins with H, used to play for Schalke. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You know it. You know the drill. This is a kind of like idea of the striker that we want at Man United. Someone who can hold up the play, link up the play as well, and pin down defenders in that sense. So as we see with Martial, he's sort of like a converted striker for us. He's trying to perform that role. He's doing it pretty well. He's coming sort of slightly deep, peeling off defenders, creating space for Bruno to run in behind. Linking up with the wide men as well. And I think Weghorst, if we pronounce his name correctly, I'm not sure just yet. Wait for the commentators tomorrow to pronounce it. I think he can do a really good job like that. I've been having a look at him. He's a big man. He wants the ball to feet. He's got good, very link-up play. And as we saw when we played Burnley last season, he spun Maguire and left him dizzy when they went to score a goal. Rodriguez, he sort of rolled him in. So he's not just a static target man who's going to be having physical duels. He can do a lot more than that. And I know people with stats, they say, oh, he's got great pressures and that kind of thing. But yeah, he's got a good game. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him in the Man United unit and see how he fares and fits in. I think he will fit in quite quickly. He's 30 years old. He's motivated. He couldn't wait to come to Manchester. And I think he's got something to prove as well. The last time he was in the Premier, he only scored 2 goals in 20 games, which doesn't really represent his career goal stats. He's usually sort of 1 and 2, that sort of thing. But it's not about goals. It's about his link-up play and what he does for the system. And I'm really pleased with that.
Slowly, can I have it from a Liverpool point of view?
But personally, I think it's a no-brainer. It's a good signing. So you've got a player on loan until the end of the season. I think with Ronaldo moving on, you guys probably were looking for another offensive player. As you said, he's a target man. I can't see you guys adjusting the way that Ten Hag is currently playing with Manchester United to fit around Weghorst. But as I said, it's a no-brainer. Even if he only plays 5 games until the end of the season, it's still money well spent. I think what would be nice is to see him actually get a run of games. I do not wish for him to be injured. I want him to get a run of games so we can actually see the transition from Burnley to was it Besiktas he was at?
Yeah.
Besiktas,
Yeah, to Besiktas, and obviously here as well. So yeah, good signing for Manchester United.
Gamza.
Yes. It's a United signing. You've done it a few times. It's worked pretty well in the past. Henrik Larsson springs to mind. It's a smart signing. 2 mil, I think you paid. If he can provide you with a few goals, it helps with the kind of squad rotation. Obviously, Martial, his injury record's quite bad. I'm not sure how much you can rely on him. So it kind of makes sense. Ten Hag obviously knows him as well, which helps. He probably knows his limitations and knows his strengths more than anybody. So yeah, for me, it makes sense because again, it's a Ten Hag signing rather than you guys have just brought a player and telling Ten Hag to work with it. So yeah, it makes sense to me. I think he could potentially I think you'll get top 4, and I think he'll be a big part of it. I think he'll be the difference in them games where it's a bit tighter. He could offer a different option.
Deji.
Yeah, I've got to be real. I'm not too. I'm a bit surprised at how complimentary the United fans are of Erik Ten Hag, because all I'm seeing right here is that my man is turning you guys into Ajax United, or you guys are just turning into Netherlands FC, because there's no innovation, there's no kind of excitement. What this guy wants to do is get every player that's Dutch and bring them to Manchester United. And if that's what you want for your club, then so be it. The other thing is that I'm a strong believer if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. And in this day and age, when you're spending 2 mil for a striker, that's about what you're getting, a 2 mil striker. So I think he had an all right World Cup, but anybody playing for Burnley and then Besiktas, I'm not really expecting much from them. I can't lie. And that just shows me how far United have fallen from grace. Because back in the day, you man were bringing in the Van Nistelrooys of this world, the Van Persies of this world. Now you're bringing in Weghorst. So do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not impressed. I don't think he's going to do much. If he gets 8 goals, you've done well with your investment.
Monday, could you just go through some of these comments, please?
Most certainly, yeah. We've got a lot of people in the house. Big up to Shah United. Long time no see. Big up to K Mbappe. Yes, it is Kylian Mbappe. He said Weghorst is here. He's delighted as a Man United fan. Vincent saying, hi guys, goals will always be better than Henderson. He started already. Man United will always be better than Liverpool than any other club in the world. I want to say hi to Matthew Bassett. How you doing, Matthew? Nice to see you. We've got Zoe Media House. Give her a wave, please, guys. She's representing today. Vincent Bullock is saying here, GMS don't do 3D printing of Slabhead Maguire. Okay, starting with the jokes. I was referring to Huntelaar. Thank you, OK Mbappe. MUFC is here as well, joined us from the previous show. Zoe saying, if Weghorst does well, helping us win something, do United sign him on a permanent? That's a good question. Interesting signing this. There's Boom Hora. I saw you yesterday. Welcome to the channel, by the way. We've got Andy Tate in the house. He's saying, good evening, gentlemen. Go and check out the previous show. Here's the goal record by MUFC. Weghorst, 160 odd career goals. Compared to Martial, he's only got 100, even though he used to play in the wing. Weghorst on fire. Your defense is terrified. Weghorst is fire, says MUFC. He presses. He's a target man. He's got good movement. He scores goals. He's getting about 10 goals, says
Guys.
MUFC said, delusional Tottenham fan. He said 2 words I already know. Get some laughter here from Andy Tate. Argentina, Brazil, anyone? He's probably scored against them. Rather, Erik Ten Hag turns into Ajax United and Spurs shitty. Oh, it's getting saucy. Spurs fan is so funny. That's to you from Andy Tate. There you go, Dej. Ha ha ha, says Solo. That's why Spurs tab cabinet is full of empty words and cobwebs. Oh gosh, you triggered a lot of people in the comments here. Conte's ball sounds jealous. Oh dear. 13 in the chat. Press the like button. Don't forget that, guys. And we want to say hi to Shawnee Boy. How you doing, man? Says if we win the Carabao Cup, more than Harry Kane. Oh wow. What he started here, Reggie. And Rebel saying, "What's up, folks? Just been a horrible take on Twitter. Can you ask Gumza why we have an Arsenal fan saying Nketiah is better version of Rooney?" I don't know if you guys have seen that one about Thierry Henry. Rashford being better than Thierry Henry on his current form. It's just a joke. Don't bite, guys. And Smoke breaker, back to the grind. Catch the rest of the night. Thanks, gents. So he's gone a smoke break from his work and he's joining in with the chat. So hopefully you can watch it later. Thanks, guys.
So, guys, obviously you can tell how the gist of this show is going to be going. I've got another question for you. Casemiro. Is he currently the best CDM in the Prem? Oh, I hear a giggle.
Well, I've got a take on that, and just for the purpose of this show, I'm going to go last on this because I have a feeling I'm going to take up a lot of time. So you gents go ahead, and then I'm going to give my opinion last. Okay, if that's all right with you, Mr. B.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Gumza.
I don't know where all this talk's come from. He started pretty well. I'll give him that, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't get this best in the Prem at the moment. Like he's doing well, but he's not not the best in the Prem at the moment. Partey's the best at the moment. Let's be honest, Partey's the best. So yeah, unless you could show me something different, then I don't know where the United fans are going with this talk. Like you lot have won a couple of games. To be fair, let's get to the crux of it. I've been trying to get on the show for a long time. Deji, let me talk to you. I've been asking Mr. B for months to get me on the show. And because United have hit a bit of form and won a couple of games against teams they're meant to beat, I'm now invited. So this is kind of sums up the Casemiro debate. Like he's doing it against teams he's meant to do it against. For me, he's a quality player. You can see his quality and his level, but I think it's just too soon to say he's the best at the Prem at the moment off the back of 8 games. You know what I mean? If we're talking, I know we're going to bring up Rodri. I know we're going to bring up Fabinho. For me, Partey is the best at the moment.
Højbjerg?
I think Højbjerg's in there.
Because
that's why you're on.
It depends what you're after, innit? Because to me, a DM in the sense of the term is a defensive midfielder, break-up play, keep it moving, very simple. In terms of what we're seeing for Casemiro, I think what he has maybe over Partey is he's probably a better going forward. In the final third, I think he's a bit stronger, but Partey's control of the game at the moment, there's no one better. Like he's dictating everything. So that's where he gets the shout for me because that is what I'm looking for in my DM with the style football that we play. Højbjerg, nah, not. I don't think he should be in the conversation if I'm honest. The way you man play football,
you can't say that, man, brother.
It's not even a debate. You lot don't even play football. So for me,
can't say that.
I'd like to hear from the rest of you, but yeah, for me, Partey is number one. Partey definitely.
Let me just come through because I'm not going to have this Arsenal fan just be dropping clangers and then think he can get away with it. Look, the truth is, Casemiro, he's only just arrived, isn't it? So I'm not going to talk about Casemiro. I think he's doing an all right job, but at the moment, I think he's just running on a lot of adrenaline right now. I think things are going well for Manchester United. I'm not really too impressed with what you're doing, but you're getting the work done. You get what I'm saying? The only thing I would say that is the really good thing that's happening is that Rashford's come back to form. I would have said is Rashford back, because Rashford back in the day, I reckon he had the potential to be our version of Kylian Mbappe. Casemiro, he's just doing his job, you know. And I think the reason why Man U fans are having to ask this question and feeling a little bit wax lyrical is because of how poor your midfield has been over the years. I mean, we're talking about the likes of Fred.
He's still there.
These man can't even get West Ham, you know, like that. So, you know, McTominay, and you had, so Casemiro, I think he's doing a good job for what you've had and how you guys have been suffering. For me, Partey, in terms of DM, yes, he's doing his thing. He's definitely the heartbeat of the Arsenal team. Without him, Arsenal don't do anything. But when you look at Højbjerg, he does that defensive role as well. And what he's done this season is he's added goals. He's been banging in goals, banging in assists. So for anyone to just dismiss Højbjerg like he ain't really doing the job, he really is. And you know what?
Can I ask a question quickly?
So what we're doing on this show, before you ask me that question, I just wanted to remind you, bro.
Hold that question. Hold that question, Gumsy.
This
Yeah.
is the United agenda, not Sky Sports or ESPN. You get me, bro? So don't be doing any of that silly things. I want you to come with unbiased opinion.
It's unbiased. It's unbiased. So I'm just gonna throw just a couple of little bits out there. So we're talking about DM. Your team be getting slapped up all season. Conceded 10 games in a row, conceded first, conceding 2s against Villa. So I can't hear Højbjerg in this conversation because he's meant to be protecting the back line and you man are getting opened up. So he's gone.
Wait.
Casemiro conceded 6 in a game.
Wait.
And
you will have your one-on-one debate when we discuss the North London derby. Hold it.
You know,
it's
Thomas
coming.
Partey hasn't lost a game all season in the Premier League. You know that, yeah?
It's coming. It's coming. OMONDI, Casemiro. Is he the best central defensive midfield in the league?
It's a good question. It's a good debate as well. Like to hear. I mean, obviously the Arsenal fan Gumza, you know I love and respect you, bro. And you're talking about Partey, but you didn't really give any justification. You gave the characteristics of a good DM, and maybe he does tick a few of those boxes. He does break up the play. I've heard a lot of excuses. You've lost one game this season in the league. That's when you arrived. Yeah, and Partey didn't play, and so we'll find out on the 22nd how relevant that was. You know, about Partey. He's a good player. He does well for your system. I think it's about systems here. And before, like as Deji was saying, we didn't have a midfield. So for a man like Casemiro, who was always regarded when he was outside of the Premiership bubble as one of the best DMs in the world of football, if you call him a DM, I'm not sure about that. But he played with Modric and he played with Cruz, and they won Champions Leagues galore. And he's a legend at that club. So to turn up at Man United and suddenly, you know, fit in and start playing well, and even Man United fans you say we're getting gassed about him. You know, it's quite possible it's true. But we really like him. We like him because we've been blessed, starved of having good midfielders for a long time now. And not just that. I mean, yeah, we talk about the characteristics of a DM, breaking up the play, sitting there, dictating things, ticking it over, recycling the ball, that kind of thing. I'm sure there's a lot more characteristics that they have. But he's got that all. And also as well, he shows a lot of character. Remember that goal, Mr. B, when he got up for the header last minute, you know, and scored goal for Brazil in the World Cup as well as a guy who's supposed to be a DM. So I think he's an all-round midfielder, and he's showing at his age to come into a Man United side and so easily settle down and get us playing and ticking us over. That's a good weight of argument to say this guy's doing really well at the moment. Is he the best? I don't know. I think it's all about systems, and Arsenal system is well-oiled, well-drilled, and they're doing really well now. If El Nene comes in, you still seem to be playing well. If the young guy comes in, you still play well. It's about like that. But Partey's clearly senior. He's number one in that position for you. Whether he's the best at that position in the league, you put him into a Leicester side or something, who knows? You know, that indeed he was always talked about as a good player. Put him in a better side, he might be rated as one of the best in the league. So it's about systems, in my opinion, because Rodri just sits there and is strolling around the game. People rate him as the best, but put him at a team where he has to do the work, the donkey work, and with lesser players, he might not be regarded that way. So I like Casemiro because of the character that he shows, and that's probably why I didn't see that in this game. Now we're watching him firsthand. I see a lot of mental and positive characteristics that I like him in him, and he's a leader of men, you know. And I think he's not mobile. One thing, the negatives for me, he's not very mobile. I remember against Everton early in the season, he was getting munched, and he had to get up to pace with the game. And he's not as mobile as Scott McTominay, for example. So there are games like we're playing City tomorrow, and I do have a few worries, a few concerns about that. And I think we should judge at the end of the season. But right now, he gets props, a thumbs up from me. Fabinho for Stoney, you got Højbjerg, you got Partey. I think they're all in the same mix, and I think we should judge at the end of the season and see what they do. But like I say, it's about systems, and I think he to come into our sort of broken system and start to have such an impact, that suggests he's very, very good.
Stoney.
That's quite interesting. I just want to extend on what OMONDI was obviously saying about systems, all right? The good thing at that moment, we've got a lot of people that's tuned in. So if you can, I'm going to be mentioning a few midfielders. Anybody there in the comments, please make sure you put your opinions in here as well, right? So if we are looking at system and we're looking at based on statistics, Casemiro ain't up there nowhere, all right? I'm going to mention 2 players here in terms of stats. So, Mr. B, you were speaking about, was it defensive midfield you were saying, yeah?
CDM, yeah.
So we're looking at, what are we looking at? Tackles 1, tackles in the defensive third, tackles in the midfield. We're looking at, are we looking at dribbles? Are we looking at blocks as well? All of those things make up the characteristics of a CDM, yeah? Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. So if we're looking at that, this player has higher stats collective across the board that I was saying than Casemiro. Tyler Adams currently at Leeds, right? If you are just looking at pure statistics, what he is currently doing for Leeds as a CDM, Casemiro gets nowhere near him. I'm only talking about in the Premiership, by the way, right? Because that was a question that you actually mentioned, Mr. B, right? So Tyler Adams is way higher than him, right? So if you're looking at tackles, Tyler Adams is on like 60, Casemiro's on like 45, all right? If you're looking at tackles 1, Tyler Adams is still higher.
See on that,
Go ahead.
Just out of curiosity.
Go ahead, Mr. B.
Yeah, do you have Højbjerg and Partey?
No.
On that.
Højbjerg's statistics are actually higher than Partey's at the moment. But that's not what you're asking me. You're asking me about Casemiro.
Yeah.
All right. So if we're just looking at pure statistics, all right, Tyler Adams is far superior than Casemiro. All right. That is just a fact. Right. Anybody can get the stats on that. Even Thomas Souček that plays for West Ham, his statistics are actually higher than Casemiro's. But the player that is leading in front of anybody else, and I actually mentioned it yesterday on our show on Cop Talk, it is all about Paulinho that plays for Fulham. There's absolutely nobody in the league in terms of a defensive midfielder who has better statistics as a CDM than Paulinho. And it is just a straight fact. If you're looking at tackles, 83 the highest. If you're looking at tackles 1, you're looking at 47. If you're actually looking at interceptions, 103. He bosses that midfield. So if you're looking at Casemiro being the best, my answer based on statistics and what on Monday we're saying in terms of how players actually function in the system, Casemiro's not up there. He's not. Absolutely not. Leading the way is João Paulinho for Fulham. And that's the straight facts. Anybody in the comments test me on that, please. Please
of course you can. That's what you're here for, Gunza.
Yeah.
So I think there's a slight problem what we got here, Monday and Mr. B. You got us on this side here. We're playing saucy football. So we're looking at the DM completely different to these men that are in the mud. These men here, we got possession of the ball. So yeah, I understand these men are making more interceptions, but they ain't got the football, so they got to make more tackles. We're playing a different style of football. Do you know what I mean? We're dominating the ball. Possession, we've got 60-70%. So there's no way Partey can make them kind of tackles or interceptions because we got the football. So again, we need to look at the all-round. And I get what you're saying, because some of them players have been playing, and we do tend to look at the big six and we pick out them players, and they always stand out above because, again, what I've called out is Partey ain't lost the game all season. And that is down to Arsenal being the best team in the league as such. So I do hear what you're saying. There's more to it than just positioning, but I feel it depends what you're looking for, isn't it? What I might want in a DM is completely different than what you lot need at the moment at Liverpool, because, again, you man are hemorrhaging goals. So you're looking for something different as well. So
yeah, I think it's completely different on that. I think what on Monday's obviously mentioned is to do with, as you said, styles in which you want your CDM to play. I know our main conversation is speaking about Casemiro, right? What benefits are you seeing Partey bringing to Arsenal? Now, I'm not questioning Partey, yeah. I am not saying that he's not a good player, but if we're looking at passing, if we're looking at space awareness, are we looking at interceptions? Are we looking at duels in the last third? Are we looking at offensive breaks? Are we looking at tackles, first or second assists? Partey ain't up there either, brother. He's not up there.
Nowhere near. Yeah.
Nowhere
And
near.
again, it's what you judge
that's
on.
my point. Partey is functioning as part of a very good system at Arsenal. And as I said, I am not questioning Partey, by the way, yeah? But he doesn't come nowhere near Casemiro, and he don't come nowhere near Paulinho. Not at all.
But
Just for
on
stats.
But the difference, what I see is, again, I watch Arsenal week in, week out, and I'm not rubbishing what anyone's saying, but the drop-off in Arsenal's team when Partey doesn't play is massive. And it's just because, so again, he's not going to get involved as much in the final third as Casemiro, say. What Partey's main role is, he's transitioning. He probably has more touches, again, than anybody else we're mentioning. Everything goes through him first. His awareness, the way he turns from pressure, beats us past the first press, is vital to how we play. When he comes out, teams are able to press us better because the other
you say
guys
that, but not even
I
in the
don't know,
last
I don't
third.
know.
Are you saying that
about
even
that.
in the last third, his stats ain't up there? So
No,
you're
I'm
talking about
not
what he does
expecting
in
his
the
stats
last
to
third.
be, because his role
Partey's
is
not even up there.
his role is to get the ball and get us playing, and that's his role. So I said he's probably got more touches than anybody.
But he hasn't, you know.
Hamza, I'm not gonna lie.
hasn't.
I don't want to. I know
He
we're
hasn't.
gonna move on to this segment, but that brother there, Partey, just looks like he eats too much fufu. If you ask me.
Listen, you'll see on the weekend
My
anyway.
man-
Me and you will talk properly
It's
because
coming.
you'll see,
It's
you will
coming.
understand, and you'll be like, rah. You know, it takes me back. There was a time when England.
The man Partey
It's-
just looks like he just had a big bowl of water.
It's coming. It's coming. It's
Let me
coming.
I know you know football. Let me ask you a question.
No. It's coming. Don't you worry. I told you. Yeah, this is the first one of a new thing, and you are the perfect two people with the North London derby coming up that I wanted to have on the show. It's coming. It's coming. Guys, in the chat, obviously they've had their opinion, and this is the beauty of having different supporters on the show. Everybody's backing their man. Is there really a best CDM? As Gums has said, it's down to formations. Miss Stoney read off stats. We had Deji backing his boy. I thought he would have backed Bentancur more than Højbjerg.
Even Bentancur's stats are nice.
Højbjerg's has been on point for Spurs this season.
Yeah, and obviously you've got a Monday here backing Casemiro. The end of the season is probably going to prove, to be fair, who's right or wrong, and it's probably going to be down to who actually wins things, to be fair. We've got the Manchester derby coming up tomorrow. First game of the season. Obviously they gave us a big dicking in the first game that we played them. Reasons for it, who knows? Obviously us on the agenda and you guys there in the chat have obviously had their opinion on what happened in that game. I think we're set up to be better. Will we win? I have no idea. But I do hope that we do give a better performance than we did. Monday, can I have your opinion on the your take on the derby, please?
Yeah, don't forget to watch the watch along. It's going to be myself and Mr. B doing the commentary and covering the game. It's 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's the first game of the Saturday. Yeah, massive game. Obviously, they gave us licks, and I think we had a show about it yesterday. And as I say, a lot of the time, we might have beaten them over the years, not many times. For the last 10 years, they've been dominant in the league, and they've won a lot of league titles as well. And even when we beat them, they've dominated us as well. So it's really fortunate sometimes. You know, they're a quality team. They're well-oiled, well-drilled. They've got a great system. They suffocate you with possession, and they're really hard. Once you get the ball back, they're like pinch it back again, and then you're under it again, and it gets to the point where you're just exhausted out there. I think how do you manage a team like that? We've got Haaland as well, and now to add it to there to give them a bit more firepower. How do you manage a team like that? You have to have a lot of character, and you have to have a good system in place. And I think we're getting there slowly. I think we could get a draw tomorrow. It's at home. That'd be a positive result, because the way things are turning out with Arsenal, with Man City, and with Newcastle and ourselves, it's could, the next few weeks, we're going to find out what's really wanted, I know they say the league don't lie, but I'm looking at it and saying someone's lying out here, because we went and beat Arsenal quite easy. Our system was better than theirs. And I think Arsenal, everyone's talking about them slipping up. I think they can slip up. If we beat Man City tomorrow, Arsenal will be delighted, no doubt about it. And I'm sure they'll be twerking for us right now. I'm sure, have a look at Gumza, where he's doing his little thing there. But regarding the game, I think it's a clash of styles. I think we have to be good in the defensive side of the game. There might be 15, 20 minutes when they're on top of us, but we have to be patient, just keep rigid and keep compact. And then when we do have our time, which we will do, we need to be clinical. I think it's really crucial. I was talking about yesterday that our centre-backs, because our goalkeeper doesn't distribute the ball well, I think we need to bypass their midfield. There's fullbacks, they tuck in a lot of time and dominate midfield, and it's like, turnover, over us recycling the ball, and we're struggling. So we need to play these crossfield balls, get Anthony, get Rashford in one-on-one situations, or get them behind their fullbacks, and maybe we can sting them in that respect. So it's going to be real hardcore tactical kind of game. I think it's going to filter out to be a draw. I think Pep doesn't really need to whoop us and take any risks, and I think he'll be looking towards the derby, hoping Tottenham do their job, which they're supposed to do to make this league more exciting, because Arsenal, they need to take some as well. So I'm worried about the game. Obviously, they're a very good team. They're better than us, but I think we can get something out of it and keep pushing on. And even if we don't win, we're still in the running.
Gamza.
It's going to be a good game. I can't see it being the same as last time. However, if City turn up, sometimes you can't do nothing about it if City turn up. But I definitely think you're in a better position. Stylistically, you do cause City problems a lot of times. Like, there's been years, Ollie had Pep's number. And it's the same way you beat us earlier in the season. You soaked up pressure, hit us on the counter, and you got players that will hurt people. So it's not a... Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a whipping. I actually think you can come away with something, and I will actually be backing you lot this weekend. Like,
surprise!
I've got my United shirt at the ready. So no, I think you can. I look at City at the moment, and if it clears, we can do. But I think they made some big mistakes selling the players they sold in the summer, as good as they did previously. They're scoring goals, but it's missing something. So yeah, I think you lot can actually get something out of this game. Might be wishful thinking, if I'm honest, but
Deji.
And first of all, everybody, make sure you like and subscribe on this channel. Big up to everyone on the panel. One of the reasons why I want to big up the panel is the fact that this is the only stream that I've been on, and I love my brothers whose streams I jump on during the week. But when I talk about the system, it goes over their ears, like they don't understand the thing when I'm explaining the thing. Anyway, Man United versus Man City. Let me just be real. As Mr. B, thank you for the invite, and I understand if you don't invite me again. Look, it's long for you, man. To be honest, it's long. You and the Monday, getting slapped up, because the truth of the matter is, I look at your midfield. It just seems a little bit leggy. Them Man City, they're just looking fluid right now. It's unfortunate, couple things. And it goes to what I've been saying about the Mickey Mouse Cups, and Man City have kind of proved it this week. But when it comes to the Prem, City don't rank with the Prem. And that Haaland, you ain't got anyone in your back line that can stop that, brother. So let's just forget it. Do you get what I'm saying? Midfield-wise, you ain't going to be touching the ball. And attacking-wise, I don't think your attack is potent enough to do anything. So for me, my prediction is probably like a 3-0, 4-0 City. But yeah, I think for United, you've done well to be where you are, and you should take solace that tomorrow's game doesn't define your season.
Yeah,
I like that. Stoney.
First of all, I just want to big up Deji. I feel welcome to actually be part of the United agenda. And Deji, we're going to be inviting you onto Cop Talk, because this is a man who speaks sense, and this is what I love. So for tomorrow's fixture, I pray this Casemiro plays. I pray that your £2 billion striker Weghorst plays as well. All right. In the last 6 years, you guys have won twice at home against City, one during COVID and one during 2017. Right. When City come to Old Trafford, let it out. They play with a pipe. They play with a pipe, and a glass of Jack Daniels. Yeah? You know what? And they always come away with results. You guys are not getting nothing out of that game tomorrow. Okay, you're not. So all I'm hoping is that these boys from the Man United agenda, please be doing a watch along. Please, please, please be doing a watch along. You are not going to get any results. Okay, not one bit. I predict it's going to be 4-0 to Man City. Okay. Also, I think they're going to bounce back from the game against Southampton. Southampton actually moved Man City up. So I can't envisage them actually losing 2 games in a row. So yeah, 4-0 Man City, Man United getting a smoke at Old Trafford.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Right. North London derby time.
Woo!
I'm gonna go with Omondi first.
Yeah, really looking forward to this. I think this is a big game these days. Spurs over the last 5, 6, 7 years, they've got to the Champions League final. They've got top 4 regular. They've really sort of been up there. And Arsenal have been sort of on the slide. It's only this season, remind you, it's only this season that Arsenal are actually representing and doing something really well. And you have to give them a lot of credit. Last season, when it really mattered, in the January transfer window, Tottenham went out and bought some reinforcements. That really, I think, was the main thing that got them to top 4, let alone beating Arsenal when it really mattered. Was it May or June? May or April? The last few games of the season. That was a big game. The build-up was massive. Arsenal were looking for top 4, and they came to the Lane or whatever stadium we call it these days, and they got crushed, absolutely crushed. And the records really are. It's ironic. Is it? When Arsenal play at home, they usually win, and when Tottenham play at home, they win. So I think, regardless of form and all this kind of thing, I think the whole Premiership and all the footballing gods are praying that Tottenham do their job and put it on them, and really start fast and put it on them, win the physical duels, earn the right to play. It's a derby. And put them to shame, you know, make them leave the stadium in tears, knowing that they've been crushed, and get that crumble started, because it usually happens in November. We're now in January, and Arsenal's still up there, you know, and haven't been flopping as yet. So I'm really looking forward to this game. It's a great weekend of football. So ironic, they always seem to have derbies on the same weekend, whether it be the Merseyside and all that kind of thing. So enjoy the game, enjoy the football, let the games begin. And I'm just can't wait to hear from Deji and from Gumza to see what they've really got to say. It's got to be like one of the promos in WWE where they're really going at it, you know? And what you got to do? And all that. Bring it on, boys. Let's hear it from you guys. I'm saying Tottenham will win 2-1.
Stoney.
Yeah, do you know what? Funny enough,
You're coming, Deji. You're coming.
Yeah, don't worry. Obviously, prior to that, White Hart Lane, Spurs haven't beaten Tottenham at home in 7 years. So as much as Arsenal are in a rich vein of form and they are at the position in the league that is warranted, okay, they deserve to be where they are in the league. I think the game's going to be really interesting. I can't see Arsenal coming out with any result against Tottenham in this derby. Harry Kane is going to hit a brace and Arteta's going to get sent off. There you go. That's my predictions.
Okay, so I can't get both of you on side by side. So I'm going to put you down at the bottom. And Deji, the North London derby.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
That's
a lie. Talk to Gumza.
Yeah, I'm going to need a couple minutes still just to provide some context. First and foremost, can I just pull it out there that I hate people calling it the North London derby. Anybody that knows their history know that Arsenal. We know they come from Woolwich. Woolwich Arsenal. You can get Wanderers. For any Londoners or for people who ain't been to London, you get on the Jubilee line, innit, and you get off at Greenwich, innit. That's where you get off. That's South London, yeah, south of the border. But this is a London derby. They're like any other London team. We could be playing Crystal Palace for all our care or West Ham. But let me just break it down and keep it real. The first couple of things is this. Conte has been playing disappointing football. The system that he's been deploying doesn't suit the players. He's got Harry Kane and Son running around like Kenyan marathon runners. And he's been playing this kind of risk-adverse football that don't do nothing for nobody. That no make it. I don't like that kind of football. The other thing that I've seen, though, let's be real. I just want to just drop this bar because I'm going to shock everyone with my prediction, but I need to let you understand why. When I look at this Arsenal team on paper, it is not better than the City team. It's not better than the Liverpool team. It's not better than the Man United team. It's not better than the Chelsea team. And it's not better than the Spurs team. We're talking on paper. Now, nobody, even Arsenal fans, none of you brothers predicted that your dead team would be top of the league. But yeah, here we are, 17 games in, your team's top. Let me tell you why. Apart from the juju and the witchcraft that these men are doing behind the scenes, I'm going to one. When I look at this Arsenal team, I see blue. I see Leicester City. Let me tell you why. In the season that Leicester won the league, nobody expected it. We thought the wheels was going to fall off every week. Leicester's going to lose. Leicester's going to lose. Leicester's going to lose. Guess what? Leicester didn't lose and they won the league. This dead team is reminiscent of that Leicester team because they're dead food, but they keep winning. I don't understand. Every week, I keep expecting them to lose and they keep winning. So on that note, I know that the gods, the Greek gods, Hercules, Hades, Zeus, all them Greek gods there, they are favouring Arsenal. And let me tell you why I've got Arsenal to win this weekend. Not because I think Arsenal's a good team, but you know it's long for any team in the league when Nkiti Kati does a pirouette, dancing on ice, spin around the defender, and bangs a goal against West Ham. Now, that brother there is a brother, but we know he's not about it. He didn't make it. So, when you see Nkiti goals like that, you know it's long. Forget it, job done. So I'm expecting Arsenal to win the league, not because they're good enough, but the gods are on their side. And they'll probably come to our stadium this weekend and win. And it's going to be helped by Conte, who's refusing to play Jed Spence. I don't know why, when he's looking for 1v1. And he's going to have all man behind the ball. So I've got Arsenal to win probably 3-0 this weekend. I'm not happy about it. But if that result gets Conte out the door and we bring back Poch, then let the games begin.
Ross Clark. With that bombshell, Gamza, your floor is yours.
Poch.
Listen, we've got a certain man rattled in here, but I love that guy. It's a quick thing. I give it recent history. We haven't done well at the Lane, but this is a new Arsenal, it's a new mentality. Everything, be where we are. Again, it's not even because we're being bad. While we're at, like, points wise, we're doing very well. So I expect us to go there, roll their man up. It's not even going to be long. I don't think you lot have got the confidence to even step to us. Like, the referees will do what they always do. They'll give Harry Kane a penalty just to help you lot out a piece. But I don't even think that's enough because, the way this football's getting played this year, your defense is getting opened up. So, I agree with you. I think 3-1, I'll give you the goal because you lot always get a penalty against Arsenal. We've got a fully fit team as well, apart from Jesus. The team's fit. And in recent years, we kind of played you. I think that will come into it. Like, even that time we played you with Partey, he was half fit. He came on, had to come off. Last time we played you last season, you lot thumped us up. We had Rob Holding. This is light work for us this weekend, I'll be honest. And again, Deji, as the most since I ever heard you talk, because start of the season, you and Sam and them, I was talking some wild in the league, and I finally hear you talk some sense. So it's nice. I actually have my phone ready to get some nice clickbaity stuff, but you saw sense this time, so I allow you. But it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be easy. First half. So you lot don't well anyway, and we start pretty fast. So I could see 2-0 in the first half, and then it's game, set, and match really, and it's done. So Yeah, man, it feels nice. It feels like the Henry days where you walk into a match and you just kind of know it's a shelling.
It's far from the Henry days, bro.
It's a shellings thing when you get there. It feels good, man. That's how my man.
You were doing so well.
It's a good feeling. I know you felt it for a little while.
Do you know what it is, bro? I was even gonna not even. I was gonna give you a blind on your internet, bro. But
yeah, well,
it's bad.
You just got me vexed. Let me tell you what it is. I just told you there's nothing good about your team. What's happened is that the gods are on your side. You man were drinking blood in the summer, all sorts of things there, and that's because when you it's just
before
working.
we go any further, before
It's
we
just
talk
working.
about blood and we're talking about voodoo and witchcraft, because I know this is where this is going. There's a couple of new guys in the chat. Chino, we see you. I did see your name, and there was somebody else. Sorry, I just want to big up quick because you did actually make the effort to say hi and you disappeared from the screen because I know what's coming. Hold on. Let me find you. It's Chino plus somebody else. Oh, I'll find you. I'll find you. There we go. Bright Fame. I think he was agreeing with you, Deji. I'm not sure what part of agree he was agreeing you with, but I didn't want them to pass. I cannot wait. What I will say is I can't wait for the North London derby, to be fair. North London derby. Because that's where they are. The result, either way, it makes no difference because we've already taken points of Arsenal. So we'll deal with you when the time comes. So us tomorrow, I feel that we will do a half decent job against City. We've got those 2 games out of the way, to be fair. Brighton, Liverpool. I don't even have a banner for it, bruv.
Listen, it's a no-brainer. It's a draw, 2-2.
2-2.
2-2
guys,
draw. It's a no-brainer.
Are we talking Liverpool being out of the race for top 4? Deji, are you still in?
Are you still? I'm asking you.
Listen,
it was one question, not 2. You answered me, and I said 2-2.
It's drifted out there
for another show, Mr. D.
Guys, your thoughts on the Brighton Liverpool game?
If I can go first, didn't Brighton slap up Liverpool already this season?
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, I think Liverpool it's not Liverpool season. I was actually, if anyone saw some of my earlier streams before the season.
Actually, no. Let me take that back. No, we drew 3-3. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but to be honest, you should have lost that game. You know,
but you know what?
You should have lost that
game. Results don't lie. It was 3-3. You know.
But what I will say is Trossard will probably slap you man up. Look, you man are losing to Fulham, so there's nothing.
It's going to be a draw
about with Brighton. What I will say is that this ain't Liverpool's season. I don't see Liverpool finishing in the top 4 because then man really have to start again. I think what Liverpool has to do is a proper rebuild, and so I don't think they'll finish top 4. But look, Brighton have been the surprise package. I think they've done great job. They've lost their manager. They've lost about 3 or 4 of their best players, and they're still badding up team. And to be honest, I can see them badding up Liverpool. That midfield is looking like Mummy Returns. Do you know what I mean? That midfield is at least 600 years old. So
Linville, sorry, bro. Sorry. I just have to laugh at Linville's comment, man. This guy, I swear.
It's the Mummy Returns midfield as well.
Oh God, sorry to cut you off, man.
You know, Deji, I think there's a combination of things as well, right? I think even from, I would say, March, the end of last season, right? We were playing in exactly the same form we are now. So you see how Liverpool are playing. Any Liverpool fan, any Liverpool supporter that gives the impression that Liverpool should be playing better than we currently are, disillusioned, all right? So from March through the end of last season, throughout all of our pre-season to how we started this season, it doesn't surprise me or any other Liverpool supporters. Not one bit. We have senior players whose legs have gone. We have a lot of injured players who will be moving on freeze at the end of the season. And then we have very young players that are actually part of our squad at the moment. So what we do not have is a cohesive midfield. All right. We have a transition with our forwards, forwards that we wanted to be able to rely on in Diaz, Jota, and Firmino, who are all currently injured. Therefore, we are relying on Ox to play on the left at the top and Carvalho as well. All right. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening, but it's not just this season. For Liverpool supporters, we saw it from last season. So what you said, I agree with you.
Anybody else? Who haven't I got this an opinion from on this game? Yes, all yours, Gamza.
Yeah, I agree with Eddie Nestor. He's an honest fanboy. He's talking 100%. So, I agree. I think it's a beating. I think Brighton are going to get the better of them. They're a tough opposition. Brighton ain't no joke. They've been good for a few years, but this year they've really kicked on. So it's not an easy game, and it's not an embarrassment to get beat by Brighton, in my opinion. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one. It's not a walkover. All I will say is if Núñez finishes the chances he gets, Liverpool win a lot more games. I can see him coming good. I don't think it's a Timo Werner thing with him. I can see him coming good. But
Núñez won't be playing. Núñez won't be playing.
Oh, is he not? Was
No.
he suspended or injured?
He won't be playing.
Oh, it's a beating then. It's probably a good beating then.
He's had a knock, so Gapco's probably going to play the pivot for us.
Yeah, do you know it's interesting with Liverpool? As I said, I called this a year or two ago, saying I don't know if they're going to be able to sustain this, and yeah, I was surprised. I thought Klopp would have addressed it quicker, but yeah, like you said, it's aging. Like the midfield can't protect the back line at the moment. I feel he might have to just maybe try a 5 at the back for a bit, speak to Conte, get some advice, because Trent is an unbelievable talent, and do you know what I mean? It's just give him a bit of protection. It might just help you out a little bit and just maybe change up the formation a bit because it's not really working at the moment. So
you say that, but you know what? You say that, but when we talk about formation, I think sometimes people can be transfixed and think that we only play the 4-3-3. We don't. We played 4-3-3. We played 4-2-3-1. We've played 4-4-2, and our performances have been exactly the same. So it's nothing to do with formation, you know. Absolutely nothing to do with formation. I
hear you. So you know them better than me. I'm just enjoying it. That's all I can say.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I got a lot of Liverpool fans as friends, and they've been giving it to me for the past how many years. So I'm just enjoying every minute of this. But
please do, because you know what could possibly happen. Arsenal could still end up winning as much silverware as Bournemouth this season, you know, brother. You know that, innit?
That's why my ambition is top 4. Right? Once I get Champions League this year, I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
You're aware of that.
It's someone else who needs a trophy more than me.
Arsenal's form at the moment is like going to. We're after 9 o'clock, right? It's like going to a titty bar with no money. So you're just watching. You're just watching with no outcome. That is what Arsenal are at the moment. There's no guarantee of a nice evening. So be careful, brother.
Or a happy ending.
Yeah.
Guys.
Wait, my 2 cents. I think Liverpool are going to beat Brighton. I know Liverpool are off form. It's just got to wait for it to click. They've got a lot of quality players. And obviously, the mummies in midfield, that made me laugh. They do need to sort things out. What we like to see as fans, when you guys were top and winning things, this is your golden era. And in that time, you've won near enough every competition there is to win FA Cup, League, Champions League, everything out there, you know. But it's come to an end, people are saying, you know, and it's time. You guys, when you were on your high horse, you were giving it. You had this air of hierarchy, like we are the gods are here. We will dictate to you guys what's going on in football. We know what's best, and that's why you're getting pelters right now, because we like to see you struggling, and we like to see Klopp making stupid excuses. I don't know why he makes stupid excuses, but to get 90 points consecutively like that, that's magnificent. But the levels, to maintain those levels and have a transition, it's difficult to do. You see Man City right now, they're bringing in youngsters. They've had a little drop-off, but not to the extent of Liverpool. And granted, you don't have the finances or whatever thing, but if you compare managers, he's going to be looking for now. What's going on with Klopp? Why can't he maintain this? But yeah, I think we'll beat them tomorrow. And Vincent's saying here, if you go to the titty bar and forget nowadays you can pay Apple Pay, you don't need money.
That's a massive experience.
Guys, before we wrap up, guys, the Premier League, Lord God, I'm sorry. If you lot are looking at this, I apologize. It's a little bit smaller than I thought it was. But look, we know we've got Arsenal at the top. Man City second. Is there going to be any movement? Obviously, we'll go down to where's Liverpool? Okay. Have you noticed we haven't got any Chelsea fans on the show because they're not involved in this race? Tomorrow, do you think you're going to move up? Never you think Stoney, or do you think you're going to be overtaken by Brighton?
I told you it's going to be a draw.
Okay. So you're going to stay where you are.
We're going to stay exactly where we are.
Deji, can you see yourself overtaking Man United tomorrow?
Not tomorrow, but I think we are. Weirdly enough, you know, Tottenham are only 2 points off third, and we've been having a dreadful season. So I don't see it happening tomorrow because, like I said, I don't really see Tottenham getting a result against Arsenal. But in the next few weeks, it can definitely happen for sure.
Gamza,
we can't move. We can't move anywhere, so we can't move up and we can't move down. So,
are you looking for an extension to your points total over Man City, or do you think the points total is going to say that? Okay.
I would hope so. I hope you do us a favor. I'll be honest. But again, in realism, I don't think we're going to win the league, but I'm just going to enjoy the ride while we go on it. So yeah, if you could do us a favor and we can get that win against Tottenham, you then never know in it. But I think the next few weeks are going to shape it. We got you guys. We got Tottenham, we got United, and we got City in a few weeks. And I think you guys have got each other soon as well, or something. And you like it's I think by February we'll know more if Arsenal can actually maintain what we're doing.
Well, look, obviously Villa won today against Leeds. What other one didn't we discuss? Everton, thoughts on just quick before we wrap up. Everton, Southampton, guys, thoughts?
Hard one to judge that. They're both really doing poor at the moment. But I think Everton at home might get a draw or a win.
Stoney?
Everton aren't getting a result. It's going to be a Southampton result. I think Southampton played really well against Man City. It may have been a one-off, but I think they're going to take their positive performance to make that transition into playing against Everton. Can't see Everton getting a result.
Deji?
I can see Everton getting a result, you know. I think Southampton are that poor. Don't get gassed by the FA Cup. That means absolutely nothing because the FA Cup and Carabao Cups mean nothing nowadays. So, yeah, I can see Lampard pulling off with a 2-1 win for Everton this weekend.
Right, Frame, you're a Chelsea supporter. Unlucky, man. I'm so glad the bad times are hitting you, bruv. I'm so glad the bad times are hitting you. Gamza.
Everton win. Yeah, I think Everton they'll produce something in this game.
Forest, Leicester, OMONDI.
Another one hard to gauge, really. Forest have to win. They're really struggling down there. Leicester are really all over the place at the moment. They're really sort of out of sorts. I'm going to say it's a draw.
Stoney?
Yeah, I think I agree with OMONDI there. I think it's going to be a draw. Forest are having an indifferent season, and unfortunately, Leicester can't buy a win at the moment. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a 1-1 draw.
Deji?
Yeah, I'm same. I agree. I think it's going to be a draw there. I don't really see much happening in this match. So
right. Coupon buster, boy. Gamza?
Leicester have got to get a result, so I'm going Leicester 2-1.
On Monday, Wolves, West Ham.
Tough game again. These Wolves are slightly on the up. I'd say it's going to be a West Ham win, though. I think West Ham are going to start to come good. Wolves a bit high from their cup exploits recently. And just to go on to Brentford as well, I think Brentford will win at home against Bournemouth. We've had Craig on from Bournemouth fan channel recently, and I'm kind of interested in Bournemouth at the moment. I didn't know much about their players. I'm starting to learn a lot more. Before I could name 3 of their players. Now I know a lot about them, and I feel sorry for them. But I think they're going to really struggle to the back end of the season. So I think Brentford will win at home, and I think West Ham might sneak a victory at Wolves.
Stoney, those two again.
Yeah, I think West Ham. I have absolutely no idea what's actually happened to West Ham this season. The wheels have actually literally fallen off the wagon. So I see it being a Wolves victory for that game there. West Ham are not getting a result in that game, unfortunately. Can't see it.
And Brentford, Bournemouth as well.
Oh, that's a Brentford win.
Deji.
Yeah, I think West Ham are having a terrible season. You could even see Moyes out of a job. It's not financial advice, but I'll put a tenner on Moyes to get. I'm actually going with the 2-1 Wolves. And you know what? I think Brentford, they're just having, it's one of their, you always get one team that has a special season. We've seen it with Leeds. We've seen it with teams
Tottenham.
that have come up, and
we've seen it with Arsenal.
Gamza, watch yourself, bro. Watch yourself. Brentford winning, 2 or 3-1.
Gamza, those two, please.
First of all, can we bring this one up here? Because we kind of skipped over it when Deji said cups are nothing. So he said Spurs fans saying cups are nothing. It's super ironic. Yeah. I thought I just had to highlight that one quickly. Yeah, we could, not a better person could have said that comment. All good. But yeah, for me, I'm going to go Wolves to win 2-0 and Brentford 3-1. I'm going to go with.
Right, we won't do the United Crystal Palace last. These last three, as time's running out. On Monday, bang out those three for me, please.
Yeah, I think Chelsea, they've got to get the show on the road soon. I think they should win at home. They're stronger at home. Chelsea win. Newcastle at home against Fulham. Woo! Tough game to call with Fulham. They play so well, but I think they play better at Craven Cottage. I think Newcastle have a bit too much for them, especially with their situation up top. And Spurs against Arsenal, we've already discussed that. And I've already said Spurs will win 2-1.
Stoney?
Yeah, same thing. Crystal Palace are beating Chelsea. Newcastle are beating Fulham. And Spurs are beating Arsenal.
Deji?
Yeah, I've got Palace to beat Chelsea, and that delights me. And we could also see Harry Potter out of a job this weekend. Newcastle to beat Fulham. I just think there's something about Newcastle at the moment. An Arsenal win with Conte out and Pochettino back on Monday.
Ross Clark. Deji, I mean Gamza, sorry.
Don't ever do that again, please.
It's late, forgive me.
It's all good. Yeah, but this could be Osaka this weekend. There's a couple of managers who are really up against it. Vieira's Palace haven't been great, but they can pull off the odd shock. So in Chelsea have been terrible. So I'll go with a 1-1 draw in that one. I'll take another draw in Newcastle Fulham, actually. I'll take a 1-0 in that. And then Arsenal to beat Spurs 3-1, I think I said earlier.
Guys, time's up. It's been a pleasure, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. Deji, big man, where can we find you, man?
Yeah, so everyone, look, thank you for inviting me, Mr. B. It's been a pleasure. Please, you can catch me on One Touch TV. Also, I'll be on Northside after the show, Match Reaction, Tony Crowd this week, and Paxton Road. So thank you, and see you again soon.
Gamza, where can we find you, man?
You see me on the Armory TV. I'm mainly doing the reaction shows at the moment. But yeah, you'll see me on there. So you definitely check me after the game. Hopefully I'm all smiling like I am now. Deji, you're more than welcome to join me on that show as well. We'll lose or draw. But yeah, no, it's all good. And yeah, big up the United Agenda. It's been a wicked show, man. You know, man, always representing. So big up.
Bless, man. Stoney, where can we find you, man?
Unfortunately, I'm not on any social media, but I'm on Cop Talk every Thursday at 10 p.m. So like, share, and spread the word there. I can only thank you once again, Mr. B and OMONDI, for inviting me onto the show. I think it's been absolutely amazing to be part of you guys' projects, and it's been brilliant to obviously be part of hearing from an Arsenal fan and a Spurs fan as well, two historians, great passion for their clubs as well. So it's been a privilege. Thank you.
Can I just say once again, let's repeat this. The Armory TV, go and subscribe. We're all one big community, guys. One Touch TV with Kunle, fantastic character, Nigerian Englishman. That's Kunle. One Touch TV. Cop TV, that's where Stoney. You can find Stoney and Liverpool guys. I always tune into that as well. and our Trinity Army as well. And don't forget Paxton Road as well. They're the Spurs channel. We've got to support each other. Doesn't matter if we support Man United, we support football, and we support all these brothers here. So you guys are putting the work in. So salute to you guys. Make everyone subscribe. Everyone subscribe, please.
Guys in the chat, I say it every time. It's late on a Friday to be here, and I appreciate every single one of you. On Monday, bless you for today, man. Really appreciate it. Stoney, thank you very much for joining the madness. Gumza, been trying to get you on for such a long time. Like you said, man, I'm glad you made it, man. Deji, big up, man. Listen, man, I hope you guys, whenever you lot are ready, whenever the invite comes out, you lot come straight back on. But this is the new takeaway. It's a little bit different from what the other ones. Hope you liked it. If you didn't,
no, it's not
back off. If you did,
guys, sorry to interrupt. Not different, guys. Can we spot the bald head, please, tonight? Take off the cap, Mr. B. We can spot the bald heads. Yes.
There you go.
All right. And big up to Super Nick as well. Don't forget Super Nick. She's fantastic.
Guys, thank you, man. This is me, Mr. B. This was us, the Man United Agenda. We're signing out. Thank you very much.
Peace.
Peace.